Hello there and welcome to the Citi Newsroom from our studios at number 5 Ola Hansen Lane at Tesano. My name is Michael Obodu. Coming up. Ghana Water Company Limited serves notice of a possible spillage of the Weja Dam and asks residents around the dam to relocate to avoid inconveniences.
We have informed the NADMO, we've informed the District Assembly, we've informed all stakeholders, the chiefs, assemblymen, so that we have sensitized the people within the area to evacuate the area.
Pupils of Punyoro Primary School in the Kansana Nankana municipality of the Upper East region appeal to government to renovate their collapsing school structure.
We can't be sitting there looking at the structure to be falling down. Meanwhile, our children need education. Like when you look at some of the windows and the doors, they are all falling down.
Also coming up, former President John Dramani Mahama accuses government of neglecting the Kumewu constituency and only undertaking road and other projects in the area now to win votes as a by-election approaches. And later, police in the Upper West region arrest man for allegedly abducting a 12-year-old while investigations continue.
According to the girl, she said there were two peoples, and then one of them was a Rasta. He said both of them are Rasta, but one is having plenty hair over at the back.
Thank you for tuning in. Let's bring you our first story now, as the Ghana Water Company Limited says it would not hesitate to spill excessive water from the Weja Dam once it exceeds its maximum operating level. The water company on Friday issued notice to residents living downstream to evacuate the area to avert any damages associated with the spillage of the dam. Speaking to Citi News, the head of communications of the Ghana Water Company Limited, Stanley Mate, says there has been extensive engagement towards the spillage of the dam to save it from collapse. Citi News' Ni Ayikwe Okain was in the Weja community and came through with the following report.
Water Company Limited on Friday, April 28, 2023, issued notice to residents living downstream the Weja Dam to evacuate because it intends to spill excess water from the Weja Dam. And the Ghana Water Company Limited says that the current operating level of the dam is at 46 feet, just 1 feet below the maximum safe operating level, and once it exceeds 46.5 to spill the dam. To this end, residents living in Tetegu, Oblogo, Pambro Salt, Lower Weja, Lower Makati Hill are all expected to evacuate just to make sure that they do not have their properties destroyed. And this exercise is conducted by Ghana Water Company Limited occasionally just to ensure that the dam is safe from collapse. And if you would recall, this exercise took place last year where we had several residents actually fleeing these communities that I've mentioned due to the damage that the excess water that was spilled from the dam caused to them. We want to find out from residents in these areas how prepared they are towards the plan by Ghana Water Company Limited to spill the excess water.
I haven't heard about it before, except now that
Okay, so now you are aware. What will be the preparation towards this?
Well, what I come to understand about this water works problem is that the dam or whatever has been built, open the dam so that it will be flowing. How can they hold water until it becomes so big like that before then open everywhere? Then it will spill the whole place. Is that the way to do? I thought the dam there is levels. They open the first one, the second one. This is rainy season. Is there any reason to hold water? I think there is no reason to hold water. The best thing is to open the dam, let the water flow by itself.
And that is exactly what they intend to do now. That's why they want you to move so that you don't get affected.
if they have been opening it, if not, they are holding it until they open it once. It can't affect anybody. They know the reason why they are doing that. I can't just tell. Because to me, when you can get to that place and you see how the level is now, why not open it now? Then they want to open it at once so that it will destroy people's property. I don't know.
Pacha umachi 5:30 na mu na so say ye be bi esunti ya ewo isuna no nna no ye be esun ye pa ye chew obi aye de obi abobo na ne nyama na no na ye be bi dam no so obi asun ye de enye ready
nti ye cars obi anya ready no wo ahobo abensa no
Pacha mi se ma start bobo me nyama na no si se po ma me na me free no mo dan ba ko ma mo ti ma start ago si dan na me from na ma ye de enkogu ono mo
wo hemfasa
Pacha wo any man was station no mala
ayen show omo bie sa na eya nsunsun aso ben na de bram
Pacha di nyama me bre the best ha say ade mi suro kwani wo den kirem nyama wo nsuni mu na say nyama so wedem because last year mo bi ensu no me TV asem me zamani me da form nyama to sport to be senye ska kotobi me so me nikunu me kunu aka bebi ache sama me ton ma ye ka sa na machi magyan basa mo sita me ye me ho ofa se mo hwe na mo mboa ye
na okaze o mo hwe mboa ben poti na o hwe
e mo me say boa ni say last year mo ba mo ne e ba kasa mo ne kasa mo so ma boa e for na ma batie hu hwia mo de boa ye me da na mpese mpe mattress me mani squatter na ye den asen inza mako freebie na me de ma mo hye e ko petit school no am ko school lista mi sa miniska mi topada na masem madam no se onye hwe mi school fees ka de me ye de mi tatua na uniform me ye de mi nya botre ma me hu mi ye ska na me de mo betre but me mani da form ye da form so team na da ti se ni mo na chia ma na me de fine nti pa ban che on hwe no ye de on hwe bi ma ye wo e form ye da wo dem wo no no.
So I have with me here the head of communications at the Ghana Water Company Limited, Stanley Mate, to throw more light on its plans by his outfit to spill excess water from the Weja Dam.
For us as human beings, for us as responsible citizens, if you do what is right, we avert any disaster. And that is why we keep cautioning everybody around that area, that around this time, you just have to evacuate the area. You have to evacuate the area because there are some recalcitrant citizens who have put up structures to impede the flow of the river into the sea. Water finds its own level at any time. So if there's any thing hindering the flow of the river, the water will divert its course. And if it diverts its course, then it's going to have this disastrous impact on those living or the right people or the legitimate people living in the area. So one, we are informing the people as one of our strategies to evacuate the area. We have informed the NADMO, we've informed the District Assembly, we've informed all stakeholders, the chiefs, assemblymen, so that we have sensitized the people within the area to evacuate the area so before any disaster occurs. We will definitely spill when there's excess water. As I speak to you, and you have been there this morning, the level is at 46.2. At 46.5, we'll start minimal spillage. Now, there are a lot of things, there are a lot of structures, and there are a lot of activities hindering the flow of the river. We have also asked the District Assembly to dredge the estuary where the river enters the sea, so that at least there will be some easy flow. There are some structures along the course of the river and in the buffer zone that is also hindering the flow of the river. All those structures must be cleared. It is not the mandate of the Ghana Water Company Limited to go destroy those properties. It is that of the District Assembly, and that is why we keep informing them every year. Okay, so this year we expect them to do the same. The honors of everything lies on the District Assembly because they have the mandate to demolish structures that are built in unauthorized places. They have the mandate to ensure that everybody who puts up every structure must be at the right place. The person needs a building permit. I don't think they have issued building permits to those living on the course of the river. You understand? If the people have, then let's hold the one who signed the final permit responsible. But if they haven't, then it is their responsibility to have that structure demolished from where it is.
Whereas some residents of Weja are very much aware about plans of Ghana Water Company Limited to have excess water from the Weja Dam spilled anytime soon, others claim they have not been informed to this effect. However, They are making preparations towards evacuating the area just to save them from the damages that could be incurred as a result of the spillage of the dam. Reporting from Weja in Accra, my name is Ni Ayikwe Okain for Citi News.
Now, the Education Minister, Dr. Yawase Duchum, says government has added the Ghana Commodity Exchange to the National Food Buffer Stock Company in a joint partnership arrangement to address the challenge of food shortage in senior high schools across the country. The Education Minister, during a 4-day tour of the Ashanti region where he visited various schools, was satisfied with the availability of food commodities at senior high schools in the region. Citi News' Bureau Chief for the Middle Belt, Edward Opomafo, reports.
The issue of availability of food items at various public senior high schools in Ghana became topical in recent times, following concerns raised by some students and heads of schools that they were experiencing food shortage. The Education Minister, Dr. Yawase Duchum, who has been visiting schools in the Ashanti region with the Director General of the Ghana Education Service and a number of heads of agencies under the Education Ministry, says measures have been put in place to properly tackle the issue.
We also went to the kitchen. We want to see the women who are cooking for the children. We are happy to note that they have food there in their storage. But Okes also serve as the store for the distribution center for schools in Ashanti region, especially schools in Kumasi. So we went to look at the distribution center, and maize is there, mackerel is there, flour is there, sugar is there, rice is there. All the items that they need in our schools are there, and I'm so happy that the effort of the president is paying off. And the challenges of the past year brought about a new innovation of adding the commodity exchange to buffer stock so that in a joint partnership they can serve our schools. And that is what is happening, and I'm so happy that the children are getting the food items that they need.
The national coordinator of the Free SHS program, William Dankwa, says proactive measures have been put in place to periodically supply schools with food items.
Nana Dankwa has done a great job of making sure the feeding is adequate and that there is food in the schools. And they are going. It's periodically school feeding and items are being delivered to the schools. One by one, they are being delivered to the schools. So at any point in time, these distribution centers are filled, just like we are looking right now, being distributed to the nearby schools around them. We have about 54 of these such distribution centers around the country that they are all filled with food items, just like you see here.
The Education Ministry store of the region saw the team visiting basic, second cycle, and tertiary institutions in the region to motivate students and listen to concerns of the respective schools. The Education Minister also inspected the progress of work on ongoing projects. At the Hassim class of schools, for instance, which is being redeveloped into a model STEM junior high school, the contractor assured the minister of completing the project by the end of 2023.
This is going to be an exciting learning environment, a model STEM junior high school under construction here, and we're excited that they are moving full speed ahead to ensure that we can complete by the end of the year. This is a school that needs to open next academic year. So the contractor is doing a very fine job, and the pace is encouraging, and I'm sure we'll be able to get it done.
For Citi News, I'm Edward Opon-Marfo, Kumasi.
Now to education, as pupils of Punyoro Primary School in the Kasina and Kana municipality in the Upper East region are appealing to government to renovate the school to avert a possible collapse in the event of a rainstorm. The pupils also want government to provide them textbooks to enhance teaching and learning. Citi News' Upper East regional correspondent Fred Awuni has more in this report.
Puyoro Primary School was established in 1963 to provide primary education to children in the community. But the first block of the school has not seen any renovation since the school was established. The weak structure, characterized by absence of windows and leaking classrooms, negatively hinder teaching and learning. Lack of adequate textbooks is also affecting academic work in the school. The situation is further exacerbated when it rains, thus bringing teaching and learning to a halt. Speaking to Citi News, some pupils of the school shared their frustration and appealed to government for urgent support.
When the wind is always blowing, we cannot sit in the class because the air always bring dirty inside the class, especially dust. And that is when it is always hot weather, we cannot sit in the class because the windows are small, and it is always warm. Help us so that our school will be nice, so that teaching and learning will go further.
The teachers very well, but the window, the classrooms, there is no enough space for air to enter. So when it's getting to the afternoon is always warm. We can't even sit. Because of that, the children don't focus in the learning.
Headmistress of the school, Logonia Rolanda, bemoaned the impact of the situation on academic work.
The most challenging of the school is the KG. We don't have material, and then the classroom, the windows, the doors spoil, and then when it rains, because of lack of windows and doors, the zinc normally, when there is thunderstorm, there's always a challenge of the zinc trying to remove, which poses a lot of challenge on us, because we don't know when a disaster can strike us. So we are appealing for support to renovate the KG block.
The school's management committee, SMC, appealed for funding from benevolent persons.
We know that the schools are owned by the communities. We own the schools. And one, we can't be sitting down looking at the structure to be falling down. Meanwhile, our children need education. Like when you look at some of the windows and the doors, they are all falling down. That's why we are organizing this 60th anniversary to seek for funds to help us refix those windows and then the doors. Again, the class
You're still watching the Citi Newsroom. We apologize for that hitch in transmission. But then, former President and flag-bearer hopeful of the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, has chastised the New Patriotic Party for failing to develop the Kumewu constituency when the late Member of Parliament for the area, Philip Baswa, was alive. He contends that the NPP is eager to win the by-election, hence their move to fix the many bad roads in the constituency. The following report filed by Akosua Otre has more.
The death of late Philip Baswa, Member of Parliament for Kumewu, was untimely. Ghanaians were thrown into a state of shock and mourning. After his demise, a one-week observation was held in honor of the late MP, which saw huge attendance from bigwigs within the New Patriotic Party and colleagues from the House of Parliament. But after that one-week observation, the former President John Dramani Mahama has expressed his disappointment in the ruling government for what he says is failure on their part to develop the Kumewu constituency, while the late Member of Parliament as a result of the party's quest to win the by-election. One Ernest Yawinim of the NPP is facing stiff competition from the NDC's candidate Kwesi Amankwa, but the former president is confident his party is winning that election hands down.
Nyamefa Philip Baswa Kransie. If we say, or the Nuabo Afore, or we enti and neck giddy Marquine Caterpillar and Namagina. Yes, oh, near Yancy Siena Dada, and Nadian, Yan Kwada. Uncle, yes, and Yamitun Safre Philip Baswa, Uncle Marquine, Senatia, Sanatia. Ezu. Yeah, this is for your action for. Yambesha Bo and Sania ye. Ubesha near ye. Obia by-election biama any abeye Kumawu agogo kwino. Said that by-election be any. Kumawu drop on so kwine by-election by Asani ye. Omo won kaye Ombekai say sa project na NDC beye no. Asani beye na Kumawu for enanti call wonu any jerrycan echo sense yoba. Enti yenuanom omonka se ejuma no mo ntimi enti NDC for mo sam bejumo ade NDC for nyina ento omoaba ema Kwesi Amankwa ezu na mi ojidi se ye nyina yakabo mo a na ye ejumade a me se ebe mo nwanwa se Kumawu City NDC Befa.
He also questioned the government on its promise of providing every constituency an amount of $1 million. President Akufo-Addo, during his campaign in 2016 elections, promised Ghanaians that if voted into power, he would roll out a program that would give every constituency $1 million to facilitate the rapid development of the constituencies. But Mr. Mahama laments that after almost 8 years of the government staying in office, it has failed to fulfill its own assurances to the Ghanaian people.
And then you fought on social media Ghana for. Omabama bu nia omaya no omaya no omapem afene fa aka si ebeto abai hwe embeka ho ni omaya no omaye wa obeda adwen aso dai se bibi baba beka ho ene edai na wo so because hwe embeka ho yesi ebesi factory akese na emabunu nyina nyadwuma ye factories no wen. Yes, a constituency bia you be $1 million away every year. $1 million away. Omo kanya kase Ombeye train keteke efa wiem mokai. Ose sa keteke ne de emfa form efa wiem omo de ba ama. Ne se wenya bibi ama wase a embo do krono. Your district assembly's common funder nearby yedi yen punton kitten and also a mebium. Into what more my $1 million a year. More dear district assembly's common fund Kabunja Maye and also Mafa.
Let's stay with the National Democratic Congress NDC as its Greater Accra Regional Office wants delegates in the region to support its efforts in ensuring that the parliamentary primaries are conducted in a free, fair and transparent manner. The party believes delegates have a pivotal role to play in the primaries to ensure that it annexes more constituencies in the 2024 general elections. There is more in the following report.
Over 120 aspirants from 32 constituencies have been cleared by the Greater Accra Regional Vetting Committee to participate in the NDC primary slated for May 13. The party is yet to vet aspirants from the Ayawaso West Wogon and Ododo constituencies. In the Citi News interview, the NDC Greater Accra Regional Secretary and a member of the Vetting Committee, Theophilus Tetechai, noted that 4 aspirants were disqualified during the process.
Technically, we are doing 32 for now, and out of the 32, which gave us 125, we've been able to vet 122. That's excluding Ayawaso West Wogon. Then out of the 122, we've disqualified 4 aspirants. 4 aspirants out of it. And then 3 of the constituencies went unopposed. That is Ablekuma South. Honorable Oko Vandapoy is going unopposed. Honorable Susu for Medina is also going unopposed. And then Honorable Teresa Awuni is also going unopposed. So these constituencies, there will be no other aspirants contesting the current sitting members of parliament.
Mr. Tetechai says the NDC is aiming at annexing a minimum of 25 out of 34 constituencies in the Greater Accra region in the next general elections. According to him, all aspirants hoping to become parliamentary candidates in the various constituencies are capable of winning the seats. Tetechai stressed that delegates must support the party's effort to deliver free, fair and transparent parliamentary primaries.
As a party in the region, our target is 25 seats. Now, for our delegates, for our party supporters and the generality of the good people of this country, luckily for us as a party, we have presented very qualified, competent, visible candidates for the party in the various constituencies. Each of them, when voted for, will be able to annex the seat for us. That is one quality that we can assure the good people of this country, especially within the Greater Accra region, that the nominees or those that have been accredited to run for the parliamentary primaries in all the 32 constituencies as it stands now, any of them who is elected will stand the test of time or make those constituencies what they want the constituencies to be. That is one thing that the party has taken its time to ensure that we present candidates that will be accepted not only by the NDC, but the generality of the public. We have quality, competent candidates. The second aspect is for now the aspirants to, the delegates, to ensure that we have a peaceful, free and fair elections.
Reporting for Citi News, my name is Philip Ni Latte.
You're still watching the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV, still to come. Police in the Upper West region arrest one man for allegedly abducting a 12-year-old while investigations continue. We'll bring you the details shortly. Please stay with us.
Welcome to Jamila Home, a signature business that houses the most luxurious antique and contemporary furniture. We stock presidential, royal, ministerial, and executive furniture with complimentary decor. We have a wide selection of beautifully maintained pieces, such as the amazing Windsor chairs, with one of the largest choices of genuine Regency and Victorian dining furniture, which once stood for England's finest craftsmanship. Renowned across the world for its luxurious and detailed features, alongside a brilliant blend of Italian contemporary Versace royal sets in absolute elegance. Visit our website www.jamilahome.com. Contact us via phone call and WhatsApp on 0302 437 228 and 0205 555 525. We are located at 13 Westland Boulevard, Accra. Jamila Home, your first and best furniture showroom in Ghana and the world.
Yeah, welcome back to the Citi Newsroom. Let's bring you more stories now, as the police in the Upper West region have launched investigations into the abduction of a 12-year-old in Wa, the regional capital. One person has so far been arrested in connection with the crime, while his accomplice is on the run. Citi News' Latif Mahama has more in the following report.
According to the father of the 12-year-old girl, the abduction occurred on Saturday, April 22nd, at about 11 in the morning. The victim, who lives with her parents at the Airport Extension residential area in Wa, was sent to buy drugs from a chemical shop when two unidentified men on a motorbike accosted and threatened to kill her if she raised any alarm. Narrating her ordeal to Citi News, the primary four people, whose identity is kept for security reasons, said she was taken to an uncompleted building where she was tied with a rope and a handkerchief on her mouth.
There is a situation that you miss. Kambalaga Udagae Bunga Kota da Bunwana, Kaminju da Bier, Mamma Year store, come to Dietin, more ta TG Balkanga, more tabe canuba, more tada canamoni canuba, minebo, Makangwa, Manwa Bansu, your mambo, Manlo Garabanlo, Makangwa, Manwa, Baya come by Euro, Banomba, Mankam Baba, Mayello, Bandy Hanky Dipagon Noir. Ma bande ma jinimba moto de magani ndio kan atilin mbere de mare ko kan cheso hamba namba man kan baba mo dar de soirée Sunday de soirée ba aga aloba awaso komba namba man kan baba mo banga man loru ha mi hiajo.
This is inside the uncompleted building where the 12-year-old was brought after her abduction. Preliminary investigations suggest that she was brought into this small room after the incident, where she was tied for over 24 hours. We are told that the perpetrators sat in here while watching through this door to ensure that they are not apprehended. The Upper West Regional Police CID have commenced investigations into the incident, leading to the arrest of one Anthony Morgan, who is said to be in his late 30s, while his accomplice is on the run. When Citi News visited the family of the victim, her father said they are yet to send her for medical examination. The visibly worried father complained that though the girl appears healthy, she has been living in constant fear after the incident.
It was after I came to the house and I realized that she was not there. So we tried all means to get her, but we couldn't. Yeah, and then the next morning we have to go to the police station to report that our child has been missing. And after report, we still came back and continued searching. It was in the evening that we heard of her, and then the next morning we sent her back to the police station to tell them that we have our child, and then we told them what the story she gave us, which she has already narrated. Yeah. So the police also, by the description of the girl, we had a suspect, and then we went and arrested the suspect with the police. According to the girl, she said there were two peoples, and then one of them was a Rasta. He said both of them are Rasta, but one is having plenty hair over at the back, and then she has pleated the chin. Yeah, and I think that was the description we were also using to do our investigations. Upon our investigation, we had somebody who has possessed those features, and we went and then informed the police, and they picked him up. So after that, they called for the child, and then the girl went and identified that he was actually the same person who came with a friend to pick her. We want the police to do justice, to serve as deterrent for other people around to see, and for the safety of the child too.
The family of the 12-year-old say they are happy that the victim was found. They are, however, appealing to the police to speed up investigations to unravel the circumstances surrounding the abduction. Reporting for Citi News, my name is Latif Mahama. Wa.
Deputy Defense Minister Kofi Amankwa Menu is advocating an enhanced cordial relationship between civilians, military and officers from other security agencies to promote peace and stability in Ghanaian society. He maintains that despite the excesses that are usually recorded when the military is performing its duties, the officers remain professional and committed to safeguarding the peace of the country. Citi News' Ashanti regional correspondent Hafiz Tijani reports.
Relationship between the citizenry and officers of the Ghana Armed Forces has in recent times been questioned following developments in Wa, Edra and Ashaman. These alleged brutalities by military officers put the state of Ghana's human rights globally in a bad light. Deputy Defense Minister Kofi Amankwa Menu, however, tells Citi News civilians must relate well with the military.
If you look at the constitution of our country, the mandate of the military, first of all, is to protect the territorial integrity of our country, which they are doing so well. In recent days, they've also been tasked to also assist the police in rendering, police services. That's also they are doing. I would like to say that the military is a friend to the Ghanaian people. Their own brothers, their own husbands, their own friends. They are not different people. They are friends. I expect the civilians to see the military as, a friendly, institution. An institution that is mandated by our constitution to protect the country and the civilian. I can agree that in recent times there have been some, I would just call it brushes. There is an adage in Akan which says that your kunsu no bohina. Yes, I mean, I
I have always seized the opportunity to apologize, for any excesses engaged by the military. But by and large, I can confidently tell you that we have a professional military that is doing so well within and without, our borders. And the civilians must see them as such, as partners in the development agenda of our nation. And I believe that when we are able to do that, this country will go places.
The Deputy Defense Minister spoke on the sidelines of a handing over ceremony at the Central Command of the Ghana Armed Forces. Brigadier General Joseph Aduko Afo, who served for 4 years as the General Officer Commanding of the Central Command, retired from the position for a new commander to take over. He has urged the staff and officers of the Central Command to give the needed support to his successor to enable him to deliver effectively.
To you, the officers and soldiers of Spears Fraternity, I entreat you all to continue to remain loyal and disciplined to your new GOC. Endeavor to offer him the same level of cooperation, commitment, and spirit de corps I enjoyed from you. I trust that you are going to exhibit enormous selfless dedication to work irrespective of how arduous the task may be. This is especially so because you are duty-bound to assist the GOC to succeed anyway. Never neglect your responsibilities as professional officers or soldiers of the Ghana Armed Forces, whose ultimate mandate is to protect the territorial boundaries of our motherland against any form of aggression. With this in mind, our aims and objectives as an armed forces will successfully be met.
Ashanti Regional Minister Simon Osei Mensah described the contribution of the outgoing commander to the region's development as remarkable.
Operationally, the outgoing GOC has exuded himself creditably and professionally to the admiration of all, especially the people of Ashanti region. His response to operational matters and emergencies has been with swift and spectacular, and this has afforded the regions under his jurisdiction the peace we are currently enjoying. I have always maintained that I'm the luckiest regional minister in Ashanti because of the exceptional cooperation I've enjoyed from him and all other sister security chiefs in my region. Through their hard work, dedication, and expeditious reaction towards security issues, the people of the region can go about their daily businesses peacefully without any form of apprehension.
Brigadier General Charles Ajiman Prempe is now the General Officer Commanding of the Central Command.
The Deputy Defense Minister says the civilian has a role to play in ensuring that there's peace and security, and also helping the security agencies discharge their duties professionally. Hafiz Tijani, Citi News, Central Command, Ashanti Region.
You're still watching the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV, still to come. Health professionals advise women to get tested for cervical and breast cancer for early detection and treatment. Details coming up shortly. Please stay with us.
My name is Tina. I am a person living with HIV. I got to know my HIV status after I gave birth and lost the child because of HIV. In those days, prevention of mother-to-child transmission services had low patronage due to fear and stigmatization. Today, many HIV-positive women have delivered negative children. I follow the guidelines and take my HIV medicine called ARVs every day, as prescribed by my doctor. This makes me strong and healthy, and also prevent me from passing HIV onto any future child. Please avail yourself of PMTCT services when pregnant. It is the only way to ensure you do not pass the HIV onto your baby during birth or pregnancy. If you have tested for HIV recently and it was negative, test again when pregnant to ensure baby and mother are well. Let us work together to have an HIV-free generation.
Finally, anyone can become a household.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Flip, a real estate gaming platform that allows you to play and stand a chance of winning a house or cash or consolidated prizes, such as savings towards a house. Simple and easy to play. Visit www.ugoflip.com. Buy a ticket to enter the game. Wait for the end of the game to enjoy the win. Anyone can win. Flip it or own it. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Play responsibly, not for persons below 18 years, and gaming can be addictive.
Yeah, welcome back to the Citi Newsroom. Now, health professionals have advised women to regularly visit the health facilities to get tested for cervical and breast cancer for early detection and treatment. This call was again made at a breast and cervical cancer screenings exercise organized by the National Radiotherapy, Oncology and Nuclear Medicine Center of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital at the Shai Osudoku District Hospital as part of the 25th anniversary celebrations. Citi News' Anne Shelizi has more in this report.
Cervical cancer is the second most frequent cancer among women in Ghana after breast cancer and is prevalent in women between the ages of 15 and 44 years. These cancers have been named as the most common causes of death among women in Ghana. Most women diagnosed with either one of these conditions are mostly detected late, often resulting in death or late treatment, which are usually expensive. As part of efforts to provide health education and solutions to these problems, the National Radiotherapy, Oncology and Nuclear Medicine Center at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, in partnership with the Shai Osudoku District Hospital, Bator Catholic Hospital, and the Queen Mother of Dodowa, organized a breast and cervical cancer screening for women at Dodowa. The beneficiaries were examined for breast cancer and underwent a pap smear test. A clinical oncologist with the National Radiotherapy, Oncology and Nuclear Medicine Center at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Dr. Samuel Ntiemu Boaten, said they would ensure that anyone identified with any symptoms will be supported to undergo treatment.
We get a lot of referrals to our department from this area, so we decided that it would be good to move in here so that with this breast cancer screening, we can detect breast cancers early. You know, if you're able to detect breast cancer early, you can you can get the right diagnosis and offer early and appropriate treatment. The more advanced the cancer, the more difficult it is to manage, and the more sophisticated the treatment becomes, and the more expensive. So the earlier you detect and treat, in the long run, it becomes cost effective. We've seen a few cases since we started the screening who would need further investigation and we'll take it from there. So we asked them to report to us in Kolebu. We've asked them to do mammograms and ultrasound scans. So that will help us to see exactly what is going on in the breast. We found some lumps we think might be cancerous. So after the mammogram, then we will do a biopsy. Then if it's confirmed as cancer, then we'll start the treatment as soon as possible. And because we are celebrating our 25th anniversary, patients will have subsidized treatment costs. It might actually even be free. I must say that treatment of breast cancer, parts of the treatment are actually covered by the health insurance.
According to Director of the Shai Osudoku District Hospital, Dr. Kennedy Brightson, an early detection of both breast and cervical cancer guarantees a greater chance of cure, hence the screening.
Collaborating with them, together with the Kali Hospital in Battle, to do this screening, not particularly because we have a lot of cancer cases in the district, but because we want to whip up the interest in preventive healthcare, preventive medicine. We have what we call one of the best wellness clinics in Ghana here in Dodowa, and we have a cervical cancer screening center. So we don't want it to lie idle. We go to town to run community services to them. But this is an advantage for us to bring everybody on board. So that's why you see so many people. And we believe that from today going, in fact, today we'll be able to pick a lot of cases today. And then from today going, people will develop that interest in preventive healthcare. It is important to spend some little money to examine yourself and be sure that you are healthy than to wait until the disease is fully blown in you and you spend thousands of cedis, and above all, your parents will even spend, your family, so much money to buy a coffin for you. You understand?
The Queen Mother of Dodowa, Nana Ayeki Yochu III, who is also a health professional, advised women to regularly visit the health facilities to get tested for cervical and breast cancer for early detection and treatment.
When it comes to women's health, that is something dear to my heart, I should say. In my first year, I organized breast screening in my community. That was in my first year, because everything about women is something is dear to me, because women have a lot of issues, and my belief is that any health condition that can be prevented, that is curable, we need to take it up. We shouldn't wait for it to maybe destroy us or get to the extent that nothing can be done before we rush to the hospital. So that's why I patronize them, and then I inform my women that it is best to seek health care at the early stage. I would just like to advise that whenever there's any screening health program, we should take our time to attend. You don't know, that is where you might realize you have a condition. So every health program, we should have time to take part.
A beneficiary also spoke to Citi News after her screening.
It was fine, yeah. They check everything. At first, I was having those feelings that maybe I have all those kinds of things. So when I came and they checked it for me, and they told me there's nothing there, I was like, thank God. So I think it's fine. It's good that they did. And I urge every woman to go and check for those checkups, yeah.
Health professionals have advised women, especially, to constantly check their cervix and their breast to early detect or prevent cervical cancer and breast cancer for their own good. Reporting for Citi News, my name is Ansheli Zibi.
And that will be all for today's edition of the Citi Newsroom here on Citi TV. Our website, citinewsroom.com, has more information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to CityTube on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Citi TV. My name is Michael Obodu. Thank you for watching. As always, please stay safe.
It's day 3 already. Setting off from Kumasi, Noda Hotel. It promises to be a long but exciting trip to Bolga. Passing through the famous Jinijini and Tuobodom, the commercial town of Techiman, through to Kentampo, Tutamale, Savalugu, Wale Wale, and finally Bolga Tanga. As the hours wear on, the landscape also transforms from the tropical forests of Ashanti and Puno areas to the savanna plains of the northern and upper regions. Join us on this exciting episode of the Heritage Caravan Diaries Day 3, showing every weekday on Citi TV.
Youth fades, love droops, the leaves of friendship fall. A mother's secret hope outlives them all. We love our mothers all year round, but on Mother's Day, we put Mama on a love pedestal and shower her with the affection that she so easily gives to us. This Mother's Day, Citi FM and Citi TV are creating the platform for you to celebrate your mother in a grand gesture with the A Portrait for Mama Promotion 2023. Here's how to participate. In 100 words or less, celebrate Mama for making the most important intervention that changed the course of your life. Your entry should begin with the phrase, "But for Mama." Don't forget to submit your name, Mama's name, and your contact information. Send your entry via WhatsApp on 054-998-6996 and 020-444-7033. You know how amazing your mother has been through the different seasons of your life, and we are here to help you tell it to the world. So send in that captivating story about Mama and stand a chance of winning a spot for her at the A Portrait of Mama dinner event and other thoughtful prizes. Deadline for the submission of entries is 30th April 2023. For more information, please call 020-597-3973. A Portrait of Mama promotion is powered by Citi TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM. Terms and conditions apply.
Mother